Good morning. Good morning. What's up, CDP? How you doing? Yeah, I got quite a few things to say today. I think it's really telling how these people are. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take it slow. Take it slow and tell it. I'm not going to rush. I'm just going to tell it. So, first of all, I am so glad that I said that the courts are going to figure this out. I am neither pro or anti USEF or pro or anti victim. I don't know the people. I'm observing. I am watching. I am making commentary. That's all I'm doing. I did say that the parents need to have stricter controls over what their kids are watching. They do. They do. And then I even went as far as to call my lawyer friend in Atlanta area to get clarity on the laws surrounding this. Now let me say this. Grindr is what it is. It is that app. And again, it's no law against being on it. Unfortunately, I think it's sad that they have no liability for who's on their app. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. People can send anything. You don't know. Like I said, somebody can send a fake picture. They can do a whole lot of stuff. I think I'm supposed to be shamed that I was on there. I'm a whole full-fledged man. I have no problem with that. I was at one point. It is what it is. I'm grown. That's why I asked certain people, have you been there? Do you know what it says? And no, 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 no. And I thought to myself, and I said, Jay, you need to call a lawyer. And I called the lawyer. And when it came to the liability, when it came to who was responsible, I was shocked. And Yusef does have a high hill to climb. But now I'm not pro Yusef. I'm just telling you, Yusef has a big hill to climb. But I'm not pro victim. I'm not anti victim. I'm not pro Yusef. I am not anti Yusef or pro Yusef either. I'm listening to y'all. I'm listening to the evidence. People say it wasn't Facebook. It wasn't. I don't care what it was. At the end of the day, I'm still going to say this. He still has a right to due process. And even if he looks guilty of sin, according to the courts, he's innocent until proven guilty. Yusuf got a long hill to climb. But this is what I want to say. So first of all, Yusuf, I'm saying it now because had I said it earlier, I would have been accused of sticking together with the gays because you know how we do that. But you shouldn't have sent none of that stuff to anybody. And then you get on the phone with Tulsa. But we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about this today because I think it's really interesting. This is why I'm not worried about people piling up on me because, baby, these people are diabolically treacherous and rigorous and displaying their rigorosity and how diabolical they are. So I'm just throwing that out there because again, I'm grown. I'll be 56 in March, and yeah, and you can't shame me. It is what it is. But what I am going to say is this: I heard Jay Dunn this morning, and like I will tell you all, she can't come on my panel, but she's doing good commentary. See how easy that was, baby. I'm not taking that from Jay Dunn. Jay Dunn is doing great commentary. I don't know if she's taking her medicine because I have not heard whenever I was. Baby, I ain't been hearing no whenever I was. She's taking some medicine or something because she's calm and having conversation. I'm going to get Jay done now. Whenever I was. Baby, that ain't coming up no more. Hallelujah. So anyway, but shout out to Jay Dunn. So I was in the Jay Dunn this morning. And my, how have the conversations changed now? People backpedaling and pee popping. I don't know him. Oh, but we see the text messages and the phone calls, but I don't know him. Okay, I don't know that man. Okay, baby, it's giving very Epstein. Okay, it's giving very Weinstein. It's giving very P Diddy over there. But I'm gonna get Jay done her thing now. I'm telling you. I don't know if she done took some medicine. She taking melatonin at night. But baby, hey, she doing the thing. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to Jay Dunn. Jay Dunn's doing that thing over there. So I listened to Jay Dunn this morning, but I'm chuckling because again, people concerned about folks piling up on me. Baby, I'm not worried about people piling up on me because number one, I have not said anything diabolical. The only thing that I've said was court related. The court is going to sort this out, and he's either going to be found innocent or guilty. I want to know what the sentence he going to get if he is found guilty. But then I'm saying if he's found innocent, then what? Not to say that he's going to be found innocent, but we don't really know. We don't have all the evidence. We are not in Bibb County. We don't know how the profile was set up. We don't know if the voice, we don't know. So again, I'm not trying to speculate. And just because I say that the parents need control and people know between right and wrong, that don't mean I'm anti-victim. I am pro-common sense. Now, Jay Dunn happened to show something for Rhonda, and it was very suggestive. Baby, you know that. So again, nobody ain't victim blaming and shaming. But I'm going to say this. People know right or wrong. Parents, check your children. It ain't nothing grimy about that. It ain't nothing diabolical about that. So I don't care if these hoes try to pile up. You better be checking on your children, and you better be checking their phones to see if they don't have no shit on the phone. But for somebody who is grown, baby, they can have 55 apps. It ain't against the law. You may not like it, but that's their business. It is what it is. I'm just saying, it is what it is. So, yeah, you better check them damn devices. And it's not only Grindr. It's these gaming devices. If your child is in any space, you need to be checking. Because predators don't care. Period. And can I say this? It seems to me that a lot of these predators come off as straight coaches and all of that stuff. But baby, hey. So I mean, it is what it is. So I'm waiting for the court. I'm waiting for the court to do what they do. I'm waiting for the judge. That's what I'm waiting for. And everybody, I don't care how guilty they look, has a right to due process, which I will say until Jesus comes and are innocent until proven guilty. I don't care if they look guilty as sin. We know they're guilty. I'm ready for the judge to say it. All right? So now, let's move on. Let's go to Tulsa. Not the city of Tulsa, but that backstabbing Jezebel transmissionary over there named Tulsa. Tulsa used that man's vulnerability, got information from that man, and recorded that man, and then tried to strong arm her audience to get the recordings played. How despicable can you get? This man trusted you. This man is Manning, don't have nobody to turn to. And then told you trying to tell him that you and Lady Nika are the only one he can trust. My. Now let me say something. The situation with Trademark, Fortune, and Brian, it was a little different. Trademark gave me permission. Trademark had already posted the conversation on his community page. And I didn't want to be nasty. So I said, no, I ain't going to do it. But when a hoe got vigorous with me, I said, well, look, if y'all really want me to read it, go ahead and pay for it. Because I wasn't going to read it. But the hoe got vigorous with me. Okay, he got nasty with me. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, you threatened me? You told me what I'm going to do? Oh, okay then. And then I made a profit off of it. But, I reserved that. That hoe got vigorous with me. She got rigorous, honey. She got some rigorosity with me. All right. And so, yeah. But Tulsa trying to take a page from my playbook, but baby, you can't use my playbook. So like Nene Lee said, you can't win playing dirty. And what you did to that man was dirty. You built that man's confidence up, give you that information, and you put that man out on Front Street. He didn't even know he was being recorded with the beef sector listening. And you thought it was cute. You thought, but baby, the people turned on you. And the man, the sad part about it is, you're telling the man that you shouldn't trust nobody but her, Tulsa, and Lady Nika. Baby, let me tell you something. When they show you who they are, believe them. That's why that hoe can't come over here. Honey, that hoe will get you unalive. Baby! Okay? That's why she can't come over here. Now, a hoe told me he was going to threaten me. And I got permission from Trademark. Yes, and again, did I get paid? I sure did. Because I wasn't going to even put it out there. Baby, I was like, no, I'm going to leave this alone. But a hoe got real spicy and zesty with me. I'm like, is this hoe threatening me? Oh, no. And the areas that I am, said, oh, hell no. And not only am I put it out, I'm going to make a profit off of it. So it's a major difference, beloved. It's a major difference, beloved. But I'm telling you, Tulsa is diabolical and Tulsa is dangerous. And this is why that hoe don't come up. That hoe tried to come on my platform. I'm like, oh, no. What's up, Bobby Jr.? Nope. So, and then we have Uppity. Now, Uppity girl, you was faithful to the end. But now Uppity saying that, oh, she didn't know that he changed his dating happens to 18. Girl, y'all something else. Y'all something else. Now when it seems like he get ready to go to jail, and he probably did do it. I'm not saying he did. Innocent until proven guilty. Now y'all want to back away. Now y'all want to back away. Okay, now y'all Epstein like y'all Epstein people. Now y'all want to. I never knew that man. I never knew that man. Now y'all don't know him. Uppity said when it was 18, it made her pause. And Jay Dunn said, let me tell y'all something. I ain't pausing. I ain't backpedaling. I ain't pee-popping. I said that I didn't know everything. I said that the court is going to figure this out. If he's guilty, go to jail. I ain't never said he was my friend. I don't know the hoe. Okay? I don't know him. He came on my channel a few times, but it was very, very, very rare. And I said the law is for the lawless. And I had to be corrected. That's why I called my friend and said, hey, what is the law in Georgia concerning this? I gave him the whole thing of what I knew. And he said, you know what? It is always on the person. And the companies have it so tied up that they don't take any responsibility. Only thing they need to do is say, are you 18 or not? So I was like, okay. So I'm like, okay, that's something I ain't know. Praise the Lord. Thank God for lawyer friends. And I called the lawyer. And you know what? Some of you all were right. But I don't trust y'all. I said, let me call a lawyer. Let me call somebody who is in the profession. And that's when I said, baby, you're going to have a steep hill to climb. Thank you, Uncle Claude. But not uppity is maybe she's separating herself. Deanna Irvin said she didn't know the man. Baby, it's just like Peter denying Jesus and the cock. No pun intended. The cock, that's a male chicken. I want to make sure because I don't want nobody striking my page. The male chicken said, cock-a-doodle-doo! Just like over there at Noble House, honey, the chicken crowed 3 times. Baby, that's Bible. That's Bible. Honey, Deanna Irvin is treating yourself like Peter treated Jesus. And the cock said, cock-a-doodle-doo! But you got to let people know that it's a male chicken. Because these hoes are trying to take your shadow. Okay? I don't know the man. Maybe she denied him 3 times, honey. At least Peter just denied Jesus 3 times. Honey, Deanna Irvin done denied that man 15 times. Deanna said he asked over some money, and that was it. Baby, these girls are backpedaling and pee-popping. Okay? Yes, they is. And so, the pileup really means nothing to me. People were attacking me, and they're still attacking me, and I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I have always stood strong to say that the court is going to do its job. And that if he's found guilty, I'm interested. I told y'all I'm going to have somebody at that courthouse right now. Because what we don't have, the little pieces that we don't have, they're going to have it at the court. Or we going to know it. How the song say, we going to understand it better by and by. Oh, yes, we will. And we going to understand it better. See, I don't know everything right now. Because if you see in part, you prophesy in part. And when you get things in part, you can't really see the whole. But all at that court case, it's going to be some discovery. It's going to be a defense. Oh, yes. Prosecuting attorney, the defending attorney. Oh, we going to hear it all. It's going to be cross-examination. Oh, we going to hear it all. See, this is why I don't do the court of YouTube, because even I had to go to a lawyer and see. Because ethically, those companies should be liable for a lot of stuff. But under the law, they're not. And it ain't need for me to be crying, talking about something. That's wrong. That's what the lawyer said. That was the law. Ain't no need to get emotional. Motions ain't the law. No, you can get emotional and start crying and shaking like this, but that ain't the law, beloved. That ain't the law. That's not the law. So when my lawyer friend told me, I'm like, damn. Woo. So no wonder Yusef was sending all of that, trying to get sympathy. But even with that, you still have his day in court. I'm glad I ain't get no letter or no cut and paste, whatever. I'm glad I ain't get one. Somebody sent it to me, but I'm glad I ain't get it. I don't want nobody to have my email. I'm glad I ain't get it. And then you gonna trust Tesla? Girl, she got you all jacked up. And not everybody telling on you. Everybody talking about something. I didn't know you were 18. I thought you ain't mess with nobody who was 24. What does a 55-year-old and an 18-year-old have common? Sex. Sex. Let's not be naive. And that's why I say it is not orientation. That's what they got in common. If nothing else, people ain't looking for no forever. They ain't looking for Mr. Right and Miss Right. They looking for Mr. Right now and Miss Right now. Okay? Whatever would do me until the morning. So let's not be all coy. Let's not be all, no. No, you know exactly what people, they got something in common. And baby, they can communicate without talking. Come on. So if you don't know that, something wrong with you all. And you can call it whatever you want to. I don't give a damn what you call it. I'm telling you what they have in common. Because y'all acting like y'all don't know. So when you see a 50-year-old man with a 21-year-old woman, and let me tell y'all something too. As a same-gender loving black man, I have seen young black men with these old, crusty, white men. And I don't have a problem with who you love, but most of it is financial. And I'll be like, what? And then got the nerve to look at you like you some dirt. And you look at them like, baby, but okay, it must be the money. So it is what it is. Just Blaze, can I say something? Just Blaze, you from South Carolina. Just Blaze, I don't know about that. I, Just Blaze, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. But all I'm going to say is, what's ethical is not legal. And I'm going to leave it at that. What is ethical is not legal. And I'm not saying it's right. I am not saying it's right. But I don't give a damn how y'all feel emotionally. That's why you better teach your 18-year-old some knowledge. And you better put them up or put her up on game. Now, Just Blaze, and if this is blazing, when you start messing with me, and what was your cutoff point when you was 18? Was it 24? Was it 25? I'm just asking. I'm gonna leave that right there. Now, I know people don't like that, but you better put your child up on game so they ain't caught up in the moment. That's all I'm gonna say. Because at the end of the day, if they're 18, it is what it is. Now I'm hearing them say that Yusef was looking at the age of consent and stuff, and now people so shocked. Oh, he was looking at the age of consent, and that means something. Maybe they getting away from Yusef, okay? Like a snake is running from mothballs. Okay, baby, if you don't want no snakes, put some mothballs down. Snakes don't like no mothballs. Ooh, baby, it seems like somebody done put some mothballs or some citronella down there. The mosquitoes can't stand it now. Y'all don't want to be around the man now. Okay, okay. So just Blaze, I was thinking that you was blazing. Because, baby, I was like, is you blazing? Because there's a person called Blazing. And, baby, hey, I was like, I know you ain't trying to be no angel. Okay, but you a woman, so you somebody different. Okay, it's identity because I thought you was somebody else. Okay, baby. Now let me say this: when I was single, there were 20-year-olds who were trying to hop, and I'd be like, look, first of all, you need to finish college. You need to get a job. You need to prove yourself. See, I would give some wisdom and advice, but don't get me wrong. I know somebody in Cincinnati right now, and they just retired from the University of Cincinnati. And he married somebody 20 years younger. Child, when you want to sit home and rest, they want to go out. They got them janky friends. Maybe they still together though. God bless their heart. I guess that boy said, I'm trying to get all these benefits. He said, I'm trying to cash into this life insurance. I ain't mad at him. Okay, he's 30 and you going to be 70. All he doing is waiting for you to go ahead and leave this earth so he can get all the cash, baby. I ain't mad at him. You know what? Tulsa's that type of person. Hold on for a minute. Wow. Wow. Let me say this again. The only reason why I didn't say anything, first of all, Yusef had no business with an active case coming on YouTube. Same thing I tell Tom and Castro. But let me tell you something. They got to meet a judge too, and they got to stand before a court. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about that. You keep on telling these people, chill out, da 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 da. Let me tell you something. Had I said it, I would have been supporting a PDF out and the gays stand together. Child, Tulsa do what she need to do for $1. Tulsa don't give a damn about nobody on here. I don't deal with that person. Baby, it's a mess. Honey, again, if it's evidence, it's gonna come up. Let me say this: everything people do when the active case, they watch it, they look it, they look it. people always gonna pile up. But I stand by what I said. The law is for the lawless. The law is going to do her work, innocent until proven guilty, and it's looking pretty guilty. But I can't make that determination because I'm not the judge. But baby, I'm gonna have somebody at that courthouse. I am. Because I really want to know. I am very interested in how they handle these cases. And this case should be a lesson to you all. It should be a lesson to parents that they really need to have an eagle eye on what their children are doing. And y'all can sit up here and say, well, a child is a child. But baby, when you see all of that, and if your child can comprehend, are you 18 or not? You need to have a conversation with your child. If you're not having a conversation with your child about these real world situations, then you might be missing the mark. And I think that we do need to push our legislature to change the laws about the age verification. And if you are a man, woman, who frequent these apps regularly, honey, maybe you better do some research because you might find yourself in that. And I'm going to tell you, it is really daunting because if you told the truth to say that when I found out how old he was, I left it alone, there's still no excuse. And you still held liable. And the companies have really got a loophole where they don't take any responsibility at all because they present it to say that, oh, indeed. So this should be a lesson learned. And I really want to know what the judgment is going to be. That's it. Can I tell you, I'm not vested because Yusuf ain't my brother. He ain't my son. He ain't, everybody got to make their decisions. This is a show. But I'm very interested in what happens. I'm very interested in how the judge will determine innocent or guilt in this case. I'm more interested in that. And this is why I don't have to backpedal and pee-pop. Because I ain't never said the man was my friend. I ain't never said none of that. Now, do I have to have accountability to say, you know what? I talked to a lawyer, and this is what he said? Yep. But anyway, let me see what y'all got to say. Baby, they was piling up yesterday, wasn't it? Honey, they were piling up. Uh-huh. And like I said, y'all, when I talked to the lawyer, baby, he said he got a steep case. He said he got a steep hill. And baby, he got a steep hill. I'm coming up on the rough side of the mountain. Baby, he's coming up on the rough side of the mountain. Oh my God, he's coming up on that steep, rough side of the mountain, baby. It's loose rock. It's mountain goats. It's all of that on the rough side of the mountain. Ice all on the mountain. Baby, you may not get to the top. It's a bit. I'm on my show. I'm on my show. I ain't leaving shit alone. This is my show. I don't stray and back down because people don't like it. No, absolutely not. All I'll say is I have contacts in Georgia who's very interested in the case as well. That's all I'm gonna say. And they are there to be observant. not to distract or take away from the process. Oh, it's you. Okay, girl. Let me say this, y'all. Yusef did this to himself. And I'm going to tell you why. When Yusef got bailed out, Yusef should have been working with his lawyers and dealing with real life people in his life. You two don't need to know all of this. Baby, these people are not your friends. There are no friends on YouTube. The relationships are very transactional on YouTube. Uppity is your friend until she found out you was messing with somebody 18. Still legal age, but her ethics don't see the law. And she has every right. That's how she feels. But now, you're looked at differently. Ooh, they was riding for you, boo. Now, not so much. Ain't no friends on YouTube. Tulsa said the only person you can trust is Lady Nika and her. But look at what Tulsa did. Honey, Tulsa's going to be the reason why you under the jail. Because Tulsa is low-key acting like she's an advocate for you, but low-key she going to switch it and say, this is for the kids. I'm protecting the kids. Tulsa don't give a damn about no kids. Don't even hardly give a damn about the ones she has. Tulsa just give a damn about being seen and being a shot jock and somebody who is villainized in the sector. That's all she care about. That's why that hoe can't come on my platform. Because she thrives off of flattering you, but then being the shot jock and maligning you at the same time. And I don't work with actors and actresses like that. But that's what Tulsa does. So to even trust Tulsa with anything, again, that's why that hoe can't click my lane. Lovely Love is another hoe like that. If y'all see Lovely Love, just block her. I hate to do this, but Lovely Love is almost like Tulsa, except she is not as diabolical because she be forgetting. Okay, she be forgetting and stuff, but she just as messy, and she likes to be seen and do crap like that too. Don't need you on my platform. Don't need you on my platform. I'm being real. And these people really don't add. Notice that when Lovely Love get on the platform, she always changes the subject. She always changed the atmosphere. You can be talking about this, this, and the third. So when Lovely Love came and attacked somebody on the platform, that's what Lovely Love does. It's all about chaos. It's not about continuity. And you got to block holes like that. But that's why I hope can't come up on my platform. Not everybody want to ban people. Yeah, I started the ban. I nope, you can't come up. She act like she be forgetting, but let me tell you something. I ain't gonna forget this. So anyhow, so yeah, it's gonna be very interesting what goes on and what happens. And so, at any rate, I'm looking forward to this court date to see what goes on. This is why I don't worry about people piling up on me and getting into their emotions and stuff. Baby, I'm looking at these girls distance themselves from Yusef. Oh my God. People used to have Yusef on all the time, have him on the panel, have him as a judge on their competition. Ooh, Yusef was like Miss J. Oh, now this don't have nothing to do with the beef sector, but I think this shows you how entertainment don't change. Entertainment don't change. And you think people your friend until you get down and out and you find out who your friend is. Miss J. Alexander, who was on the Tyra Banks show, done had a stroke. Child, she can't walk. She had to teach herself how to talk. And Tyra and Miss J has known each other. They've known each other since Tyra was 16. Miss J taught her how to walk. This man has been a major part of her life. And this is why I say, y'all, it ain't no friends on YouTube. It really is no friends in this industry, because this man taught Tyra how to walk the runway. He was on America's Next Top Model. If it weren't for Nigel and Miss J, there would be no America Next Top Model. Period. Period. Miss J was a model for Alexander McQueen, very androgynous. So he was a model himself, which I did not know. Miss J had a stroke. She couldn't talk. And Miss J was breaking up and crying. He said, I done taught all these girls how to walk, and now I can't walk. Child, Tyra has not come to see that man. That man done had that stroke for a while. All she doing is texting that man. All of the co-stars, Nigel, the other one, the one who wear the makeup, the Hispanic one, they went down personally to see Miss J. Tyra ain't stepped her rusty ankles on no plane to see that man yet. You hear me? Now, I don't know Tyra's reasons. I don't know. But baby, he done had that stroke 4 years ago. And she only thing she's doing is sending him texts. Girl, ain't no friend. And it goes to show you that these people will use your talent. They will do all of this stuff. And then in the end, when you going through your stuff, so Tyra lives in Australia, but Tyra is a millionaire. Baby, it ain't nothing for her to eat to get out a little time and go see her friend. Because again, he helped her to get where she is. Chaba. That's why I say it ain't no friends on YouTube. It ain't no friend. And like I said, if they're friends in Hollywood, you better believe it's a delicate balance. And it goes to show you, if that's what A-listers have to go through, honey, these girls on YouTube, honey, they diabolical. But I see the same comparison. Baby, Miss J, oh my God, you can see the hurt in his eyes. It's sad. It's truly sad. It's truly sad. Let me say this. Your friends will be with you through your good time and your bad time. This is why I tell people, folks don't know my real life outside of YouTube. All y'all know is YouTube. And on YouTube, I am entertaining. Regardless of how you feel, regardless of how real it may seem, this is a show. This is a show. When I went through my layoffs, I had a friend, and he gave me a call because he wanted to come down, and I told him this is how honest I was. This was during the time when I had gotten laid off, and I was doing Uber and Airbnb. Now, I was working hard to make sure that my lights were on, my mortgage was paid. It was, and I had money to eat. It was definitely survivor mode. One of my friends called me, and we had a serious conversation. Now, I'm disclosing, but we had a serious conversation. And I said, you know what? I don't have a problem with you coming here. But when people usually come to see me, I really try to host. And if you come down, I can't promise that we'll go here, and there. You know what my friend said to me? He said, that's the reason why I'm coming down. I'm coming down to be a blessing to you. Because I had forgotten that when that friend got laid off, I was sending money to help him out. And it wasn't because I needed some back. It was because that was my friend, and it was what I could do. I wasn't paying for his mortgage. I don't know what that money was used for. I didn't ask no questions. I just sent it because I knew it could be a blessing to him, and however he needed it, baby, I didn't put any stipulations on it. He didn't ask me for it. I just sent it because he told me what he was going through. I had forgotten all about it. But God put him on the upswing, right? And so when I was going through my situation, he said, that's why I'm coming down there, baby. I had to whew, I'm getting emotional about it now. I had to hang up that phone and just break out into tears. Because again, I'm like, that's what a friend will do. They don't leave you when you're there. So when I had gained that weight, my partner didn't leave me and say, you fat now, so I'm going to leave you. No. He said, whenever you're ready. Because he said, because I met him slim. You see what I'm saying? But he said, when you're ready, we'll work out together. Now, he done lost weight, I done lost weight because we worked out together, and he wasn't judgmental. He was very gentle with that situation. You hear me? And that's all I'm going to say about that. This is why I say I don't need friends here, because I really do have friends in real life. And they have gone through some life-changing situations, and we were there for each other. So I have been with them through the good times and the bad times. I have listened to conversations where they have cried. I have listened to conversations where their children were going through tough times. But we celebrated more good times than bad times. I will say that. Because we have celebrated more victories than defeats. But they're friends. And I'm being real about that. So when I look at, and let me say this too, and I want to be very clear. There are some real good people on YouTube. I have met these people. And these people are hardworking people. Everybody on YouTube ain't diabolical and grimy. I have met some beautiful people from YouTube. No joke. I have met their husbands. I have met their wives and their partners. Some beautiful people on YouTube. Are they some bad ones? Oh, hell yeah, some bad ones. But let me say this. I have met good people. But even in the midst of meeting the good people, I am not in their daily lives. I am not trying to gather information from them to control them. I'm not trying to use situations that they're going through to manipulate them. We don't do that. Now, you can call me a lot of things, but YouTube stuff is YouTube stuff. And that's real. I don't need friends and validation on here because I already have it in my real life. But there are some good people on this apparatus. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But baby, I remember that. And like I said, I was driving Uber, and y'all, I'm not ashamed of that. That really taught me that you really never know what you're capable of until you're pressed. And I could have easily been depressed, staying home, watching everything fall apart. Don't let stuff go. I don't let stuff fall apart. I got my ass up. God said, Moses, what do you have in your hand? And just like God told Moses that, it was like, Jay, what do you have in your hand? I have a car and I have a house. How can you use that to your leverage? I have a luxury car at the time. It was considered premium. I don't know if it is now because I haven't drove for Uber in a while since I was driving. Use your car and make some money. And Uber was paying extremely well then. They weren't robbing you as bad as they doing now. And Airbnb. And you all, I would charge some good money for that Airbnb. I got up at 5 o'clock, no, 4 o'clock in the morning because I knew the airport crowd would need to get to the airport. I did all of that work around 2:15. I shut it down so I could get home and check in my families, my other clients for the Airbnb at 3 o'clock. And I would go stay at my partner's house, who's very supportive. I would stay at his house when I had guests. And it taught me how to be an entrepreneur. Y'all don't know this, but I had interviewed for a major hotel chain, and I was giving them what I did for my Airbnb and how, I gave great service, but, how I did what I did with cost by thing in bulk, how I managed and budget to make sure I made profit, all of that stuff. Made sure that my house was in compliance with safety. I had flashlights in every room if the electric went out. I had exits so the guests would know how to get out the house. I made sure that I had smoke detectors that were working and the radon detectors. I had fire extinguishers upstairs, fire extinguisher in the kitchen, and they knew where to find those. Baby, they was ready to hire me. I have not worked in a hotel in a day in my life. But because I knew, so it was a blessing. It's a bit, and the sad part about it is I don't tell people to come over. I don't tell people not to go to somebody's page. So you all I'm going to say is, um, I was blessed during that time. It taught me a lot about myself. And then while I was on YouTube, and that's how I really got on YouTube to really, because I wanted to chronicle my journey from layoff to getting a job, and it wound up being B sector. I didn't come into B sector to be beefing with people. It was really to chronicle my journey from layoff to getting a career or getting another job. And I wound up getting another job. And you all don't understand, back in those days, I would send people computers, gift cards. I used to give away so much stuff. And when I said I got my job, I was going to give back, which I did. But you can't do that anymore. It is what it is. I used to give. And so if you are new to the beef sector, you won't get. So, yeah. But, right now, it's about entertainment. I don't get emotionally involved because we see what happens when people get emotionally involved. They go to jail. They're paranoid. I'm not paranoid. I go to sleep well every day because I know that this is entertainment. I know that I am an actor. I know I'm doing a show. I see this just like Cheryl Underwood with her cussing self at her show. I know Cheryl Underwood loves the Lord, though. See, yeah, I know Ricky Smiley loves the Lord. I know they cuss. I know they do that. I know that. But I know that those people know God and they love the Lord. And I feel the same way about this show. Everybody's not gonna like my it's because I'm going to my employment and that's it. I think let me say this youth step thing, I am more interested in the outcome. I'm more interested in how this case is gonna play out. Yusef ain't never been my friend because there are no friends on YouTube. That's me. Um, People come on my platform and they can come on my platform. That don't mean that I'm attached to those people. They just come on the platform. Maybe we subcontractors. We are. And so I think people harm themselves when they start making these advances. When they start, first of all, y'all calling people like that, talking all behind the scenes. You all, I have Honest Roe's number right now because, of course, Honest Roe and I met in Virginia. Since I left Virginia, I haven't called Roe. Now, I like Roe, and I think Roe is a cool guy. And meeting Roe personally, Roe is good people. But I am not trying to be in that man's life and get all information from him and all that. I don't do that. Now, let me go to this Tommy thing again because I had to get lovely love, ugly love together. At no time did I reach out to Tommy's daddy. Again, somebody emailed me. Somebody emailed me and said, "Do you want to interview Tommy's daddy?" And I'm like, "Okay." And then my next question was, "What does Tommy think about this?" Because I came from Tommy or not. See, that's the critical key piece of this. Because if Tommy wanted to do that, okay, let's set it up. If Tommy wanted to do that. But I got on my platform to confirm that. And when Tommy said no, then I said, "Well, Tommy, you need to be careful. I'm not going to disclose the person, but people are trying to, I guess, get interviews or do this and the third. And I don't do that. And when the person didn't answer me back, I'm like, let me see if Tommy is doing this. I'm so glad that Jay Dunn said that she asked Yusef what he wanted to do. But I was never getting ready to expose Tommy's father and do a gotcha interview. And like I said, I'm not Oprah Winfrey. This is why Monique has a problem with Oprah Winfrey. Because Oprah, according to Monique, Oprah got all of that information and she used that against Monique. And the next thing you know, the person who she alleged violated her with her mama was on. So Oprah done set her up, according to Monique. I don't play them games. So it was never about trying to interview Tommy and his daddy. That was the last thing that crossed my mind. The only reason why I had Tommy to come up is because I wanted to know, did it come from him? And when I found out that it didn't come from Tommy, then I'm like, oop, I'm done with this. And it didn't come up again. Here come ugly love. Talking about some, don't let that man interview your daddy and all of that stuff. And I'm like, ho. And that's why that hoe can't come up. Sometimes you all, I don't do anything, but then when the spirit say move, I move. See, when the spirit say, and the spirit say right there, you block that hoe, cause that hoe is diabolical, and she play like, oh, we YouTube da da da, but that hoe is diabolical, and she don't like you either, and you go ahead and block her, and she done lied and backpedaled and pee popped about a whole lot of stuff. Go ahead and block her, and that's exactly what I did. And if she has another page, I told the ushers on site, block her. Baby, I'm in the season of blocking people who, and let me say this, and I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I'm on here now, not one panel and not one guest. I can do it with a panel, I can do it with a guest, and I can do it by myself. Again, I always appreciate people coming up, but don't let that appreciation think that that's desperation and I need you to come up. So that's all I'm saying. So Ugly Love has been blocked. And if she come up with another page, that page will be blocked. I don't want her. I don't even want to see her. Now she's, look. And the only reason I talk about Ugly Love if she in something that we need to talk about. But just to talk about her, I'm doing it now because I'm telling you why I blocked her. But I'm like, I'm not getting ready to interview that man, Daddy. I told that man. And again, it's really funny. I'm always the one who's giving the warning. Tommy, get off of YouTube. They getting ready to dox you. They doxed him. Tommy, you and Castro take your relationship off of YouTube. Look at what happened now. Tommy, I don't know who it is, but people trying to interview your family. I'm not trying to interview that man's family unless he wants me to. So that's how I look at it, you all. But I saw her and what she was typing, and you know sometimes you just right there and you see it, and I checked that hoe right there. I got in her, I got in that chat, I typed it, but baby, you blocked her. I'm just so tired of you. I'm sick of you. And you would think that you would be trying to take care of your body and be healing from this cancer diagnosis, and hopefully you heal. But this hoe still smoking cigarettes. You don't even care about yourself. So I know if you don't care about yourself, you don't give a shit about me. And I'm blocking. I said I'm gonna block this hoe. Here you are trying to be on the men. You should be resting. Here you are just being as messy as you were before you even got the diagnosis. I'm like, let me block this hoe. Bloop, and blocked her. What's up, Viv? You all do not forget our train ride to Dallas is going to be fifth Saturday in May. Get your tickets. Let us know who going because we're gonna get a hotel. And once we get it, now you can go without a hotel. It's up to you. But we are going to do that train ride. And Labor Day, Labor Day, Labor Day, Labor Day. Vacation is happening. So make sure you're there. I think Lemon's Vegas trip is supposed to start today. So we're going to see if the vacation is vacationing. We're going to see if Lemon is in Vegas. If he's not in Vegas, then we know that didn't happen. But I'm going to tell y'all what, that was a lot of money spent. Maybe you done spent $250 on people's plane tickets and they ain't going. Maybe you done gave people money for rooms and stuff. Baby, you spent a lot of money not going. So we'll see. and not MBK. He's a graduate. What you talking about, Simon? Ugh. Is that Simone or Simon? I don't know who it is. It's so much happening. Honey, these girls piled up on me because of the Youssef situation. And now these girls are backpedaling and pee-popping, honey. They don't know Youssef. But yet, he was on every one of their panels. And he was judging and all of this. And they had the phone numbers. And oh, but nobody don't know Youssef now. Nobody don't know him now, girl. Even Uppity don't know him now. Uppity said when she found out he was messing with 18-year-olds. She said she can't do it no more. Honey, lean on me. Girl, you can't lean on nobody. Friends, how many of us have them? See, this is why you need to watch who you calling friends on YouTube. This is why I say it ain't no damn friends on YouTube. We are subcontractors. And some subcontractors I like to work with more than others. And that's how I put it. Okay, they said Lemon say he ain't going. Let me say I ain't even mad at Lemon. See, I ain't even like mad at Lemon. Lemon said y'all done mess with my money and all this stuff. I ain't doing shit. But Lemon, you sure did waste a lot of money. And this is the sad part about it, Lemon. They done took your channel and you done put all the money in the people. You done invested in the Dragons. You done invested in the Lolo. You done invested in the Tracy. Baby, you done invested in everybody. And at the end, the same people you done invested in, baby, they done turned against you. They said that you was abusive and you didn't know how to treat people. They really tried to help you. But baby, hey, 1099. And baby, when they was telling me Lolo was getting paid, Lolo don't know nothing. Lolo don't know nothing. Lolo don't know nothing but know everything. Baby, when he broke down that payment plan for Lolo, I'm like, okay, at least you went up there doing it for free. No, put all the money in the people. All that money. Now, Tommy, I ain't gonna lie, you was begging hard yesterday, baby. Tom, see, this is why I don't like how y'all do stuff. See, I don't beg. I don't ask people for anything. People will get a thing and say, "Let's go with it." Oh, Jay, you don't have a paper shredder. We gonna get one. I mean, the only reason why I got that copy was people was joking me because I was at the library. Okay, and the people, but Tommy, baby, you was beating them people up for that money. Somebody done gave you 25, you asked them for 50. I'm like, it made me uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable. I need this. I need this. I mean, you were demanding. Child, I mean, if that's what you doing with 40 people, girl, yeah, I felt a little uncomfortable. That's all I'm saying. You act like them people just owed you that money. She better ask for a W-2 form. Lemon file taxes, baby. They'll come for her. Excuse me. But she could do it when he was saying all that weird stuff to Roe and what weird stuff he does to himself. I never featured his Dollar Tree seasoning, girl. Girl, I did buy some of the seasoning. It was okay. It was alright. It was okay. Cause I was trying to support people. I was trying to support people. But that's the only thing. I mean, it's the seasoning, and once the seasoning was done, I'm like, okay, I was. I mean, it wasn't like earth shattering. It was like seasoning. Young, that's what they said he got a month. That's what they are jealous of his money. And can I say this? Lemon used to come over here and brag, and I'm like, okay. And I'm doing much better than you. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I'm not here for that. I'm here for me. What you get don't have nothing to do with what I get. And when you start doing that, people start coming for your channel. You know, these some hateful hoes. And I'm not even mad. I mean, but you can't tell these young folk nothing. You can't tell them nothing. Let me tell y'all something. It is something else. But the apartment that Lemon live in, though, it is rent stabilized. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, this is doable for California. I mean, for California, y'all know how much California is, baby. I'm like, okay, okay. They said you get a free counselor and stuff, and okay. What you mean, Dukes? What you mean, Dukes? Room shaker. What you mean, Dukes? Room shaker. What you mean, Dukes? I feel. Wait a minute. What you mean, Dukes? I think I paid like $12. It was packaged well. I mean, I didn't get sick. I didn't get sick. So yeah, I think he was with his man then. He was in happier times. Lemon ain't trying to buy no house in California. Okay, it's a bitsy. But I just think it's really interesting that people are distancing themselves from Youssef now. You know, and how people just so transactional. All you got to do is stand in it. I don't agree with what he's doing. If this is true, I don't agree with what he's doing. But yes, we were friends. And, and it's unfortunate, it's tragic that this has happened. And I'm shocked and mortified. I'm going to wait to see what happens. I'm going to wait to see what happens. But this news is shocking to me. You know, because you can't control what people do. But baby, y'all done act like y'all, but it's not knowing the man for me. It's almost like, we weren't friends. But nobody ain't piling up on that. But they'll pile up on me to say, let justice have its way. The man does have due process. And even though he looked guilty of sin, according to the law, according to the court, he's innocent until proven guilty. And when the judge say guilty, it just don't reinforce what you've been thinking. So you can pile up on that, and I am going to hold fast that parents need to be monitoring their kids. They need to put their kids on game. If you know right or wrong, you know better than clicking on something that you don't have no business in. And no, we were all kids. No, I wasn't on sites like that as a kid. So no, speak for yourself. Don't speak for me, because I'm Gen X. Don't speak for me. Now, did we skip? Yeah, but I skipped right. I had FBLA. Ha, baby, I skipped through FBLA, and I graduated. See, that's that I graduated. But no, we're not in the same generation, so you can't speak for everybody in the beef sector because I went on sites and stuff and all of that because again, no, we had beepers, honey, and them Motorola's and them Nokia's was not doing all that. You could text and that's it. Maybe you could not be. We didn't have that technology, and see that's the whole thing. Had we had that technology, I guarantee you our parents would have been on it. But we were the generation who could go anywhere and go traveling wherever our parents didn't even care. As long as you came before the lights came on, you got home. And let me tell you something, that's how we were. But we were busy outside. We were busy with friends and building relationships and exploring. And we were the generation that your mama and your daddy was working, and these are the list of things that better be done before they came home. So we were a whole new, we were a different generation. Okay, we weren't tethered to all of this technology. And I thank God I was born in the generation that I was born in. Because, baby, some of y'all millennials and Gen Zs and Gen Alphas, y'all don't have any soft skills whatsoever. Well, like I said, Scorpion, had I said something about it, the girls would have been saying like, "Oh, see these gays stick together," and so I ain't say nothing. But I'm like, really, it's an open, active case. But I let the straight people say it. I let the straight people say it. So when I said, because if I would have said it, it would have been, "Oh, he's protect." You know how they spin it. You know how they spin it. So yeah, yeah. You know how they spin it. So once they said it, I'm like, yeah, he shouldn't have said anything. It's an open case. I don't care if you're gay or straight. You shouldn't be talking about open cases. Period. Again, people up there talking about I'm trying to set up Tommy Castro. No, I'm not. I don't make nobody click my link. I don't tell nobody what to say. When Tommy started doing all that talking, did you see me hold a weapon to his head and tell him to start talking? No, you did not. Attention is what they want, and attention is what they get. So I just laugh at people. Yeah, outspoken. We weren't doing all of that. Well, y'all, I don't really know what's going on with Tommy Castro. And like I said, it has been revealed that Tommy done put paper on Castro, so Castro shouldn't be talking to Tommy, and Tommy should not be talking to Castro. Um, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not an enemy or a friend to either of them. Let me say that again. I'm not an enemy, nor am I a friend. I'm here to do a show. I'm here to do a show. And what you do, you do. I don't tell people what to say. I ask a question. You can either answer it or not answer it. It's just that simple. If you know you got an active case, and I told Tommy, y'all, let me tell you what I told Tommy, and y'all know I told him this. I told him right on my platform, your mama and daddy have given up their money, their hard earned money to get you out of jail. And what do? You just act like it's nothing. At least you could say, but anyway, and I told him that. I told him that. One minute he angry at me, one minute I'm zaddy, baby. I'm flogged at it. And you know you get it, but my thing is this. I have never told Tommy or Castro anything wrong. I have been telling them to leave each other alone since the fallout. I told Castro, stop provoking that man. You should have never told that man what the judge or what the court said. He could have found that out by himself. But no, 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 no. Here you are doing that. And it seems like you're provoking him. And Tommy does not have that emotional intelligence nor mental capacity to be dealing with that. He said he already take medicine, okay? He already leaning on that mental illness. You know what he gives, but you keep on messing with him. Can't help you. And Tommy kind of knows that this may not go well for him. He really don't know what to expect. I listened to him a little bit, and he really don't know what to expect. He really don't know what to expect, y'all. He don't know. He's preparing to be a felon, and how he's gonna get a job. So he gonna work at a fast food restaurant. He's already talking about this, and I'm like, yeah, you don't sound confident like you were at the beginning. And baby, and again, but y'all keep on because you all want to prove something to somebody so badly. You want to get the last lick back so badly. You want to be seen so badly that you're willing to risk your freedom to do it. Yeah. So do what you gotta do. And let me say this, Castro. You know why I don't put my business out here? Because it's none of your business. And truth be told, what you're going through is none of our business either. But you feel the need to. Tommy, you got your granny. Lord knows you got your granny, because honey, your granny, baby, she was dealing with that. I was praying for your grandmama. I'm like, oh my God, he dumping all of this on that lady. That lady done lived her life. She done seen the civil rights movement. Girl, she done, you know, did the civil rights marches. Girl, she was there when the colored and the white water fountains was in this. Girl, she done went through all of that. Now she got to deal with it. All grandmama want to do is just rest until she FaceTime Jesus and go with the Lord. She just want to rest. Now she got to deal with this foolery. Po granny. Po granny. And you can hear in Granny's voice. Granny was like, yeah, baby. But see, Granny, but y'all, you call Granny because Granny be co-signing that shit. And see, Granny need to get real and say, ho, get your ass up and leave that man alone and get a job. If that hoe, don't let that hoe lay you down if he can't pick you up. And obviously, he can't even pick his own self up. Don't let him lay you down if he can't pick you up. That's what Granny should have told you. And see, that's the problem. That's the problem. They coddle you. Yeah, that boy, and they want to blame everybody except you. They act like you ain't a part of this. And that's what I don't get about Granny them. Nobody ain't tell you to sit your ass down and leave that man alone. Castro your mama. And then they look at, ain't, well, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. Ooh, I'm going to leave it alone. Ooh, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. But, you know, I'm like, your mama ain't never sat down. And I'm going to tell you what, I knew there was a problem when Castro mama was trying to talk to him and he just fluffed her off and ignored her. I'm like, baby, I don't know what kind of relationship y'all got, but I would never, I'd be mortified. I mean, even the American Gangster, when Ruby D slapped him, she's not. She will leave you. She will leave. Honey, Ruby D was not playing. And he ain't hit his mama back. But his mama was sure right. But anyway, don't get me started. But you can't tell these people nothing. Can't tell them nothing at all. They think that these people on their friends and that Yusef thing, Yusef is the mere fact that you sent that to all of those people, and then you talking to Queen Tulsa, and she done put your stuff out. And her angle is now going to be that she is an advocate for the victim, and she was just luring you in to catch a predator. So she gonna take that to catch a predator, but yet she's telling you that she and Nika are your only friends. So this is why I don't worry about pile ups. This is why I don't worry about pile ups. Because now, I guess with all of this stuff going on, baby, people are scattering like roaches, honey. Nobody don't know Yusef no more. Uppity is now saying that, oh, well, she thought he was 24. Yeah, but as the more she started talking to him, ain't no friends on YouTube. Ain't no friends on YouTube. Uppity, you don't live in that city as that man. You don't live up, baby. Ain't no YouTube friends for me. We only subcontractors. Subcontractors. Don't be surprised you see her on the news. Gen X Proud, why we gonna see her on the news? Oh, she said Nika. Okay. Nika. Tulsa said Nika was not his friend. Oh! Oh! She threw Nika under the bus? Pandora? She threw Nika under the bus? So Tulsa said, I'm the only one you can trust. Is that what you said in Pandora? Honey, I may be cutting up the story. I thought that she said, baby, so she said Nika can't be trusted either. My. She trying to get, oh, I heard the limelight. So I heard that on J Dunn too. Girl, it ain't no limelight over here. Girl, it ain't no limelight over here. You get your money. You keep your mind on the money and your eyes on the wall. I'm your private dancer. Girl, it ain't no limelight. But that's what your mind is. This hoe need to get some seeds and throw into them ball patches of that grass and fix that damn trampoline up and get that endo look, she need to get that endo furniture from the outside. I ain't never seen no hoe with inside furniture on the outside. I bet you that hoe got a couch on that porch. Well, I went out there because she had a bed on that porch. Baby, that backyard was atrocious. It was atrocious. Girl, it was atrocious. I'm like, is this the Gobi Desert? Girl, is this Death Valley? Plates and cups all in the yard and shit. See, this is why y'all gotta have HOAs. This is why you gotta have an HOA. But hoes like that. That hoe got a chain link fence in the front yard. Excuse me? This is why you have HOAs. This is why you have HOAs for hoes like Tulsa. Cause see, I wish you would put a mattress on your porch. What is? What is? What is? Okay. I wish you would put a chain link fence in your front yard. What is? You can't even put a chain link fence in the backyard. It has to be a wooden fence, 8 feet in height. See, this is why HOAs is important. Because you trying to sell your house, but you can't get the value of it because this hoe got a mattress. Because this hoe got a mattress on her porch. You can't get the value of your house because this hoe got a chain link fence in the front yard, bringing down the property value. She up there running. She up there running a kennel, a puppet mill. Okay, cars all on the outside of the house because the hoe is using the garage for a she shed instead of building something on the outside. She using the damn garage. A garage is for cars, okay, and a little bit of storage. But first of all, the garage is for your cars. Ugh. Wonder why you can't sell your house at a good value because this hoe done dropped down the value drastically. Ugh. She got Puppet Town all over there. It smelled like boo boo all over the place because she ain't cleaning up the mess. Ooh, just give me, and that chain link fence wasn't even good, baby. That chain link fence didn't, baby. You didn't even have that stuff tied on good. The chain link fence got gaps in it. Girl, bye, girl, bye, girl, bye. And then trying to flex her husband. If he was any husband, he had that yard cut and that yard manicured. Okay, if he was any kind of husband, he had that dog poo poo swept up and talking about some hoe why you got that mattress in the porch. See, that's what I'm saying. People always trying to call for something trying to flex because they got a husband, but living like that. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Again, this is why I don't eat from everybody's house on potluck. Because you find a dog hair in your girl, bye. Honey, I can't. I can't with these girls. I can't. I can't. And I will not. I shan't. I shan't. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I ain't dealing with them. I ain't dealing with them. Holes up there stirring spaghetti in a cooler. And then the next day you drink your soda and it tastes like neck bones and rice. Your Dr. Pepper is tasting like neck bones and rice because somebody done stirred food up in a cooler. And you got neck bone grease, okay, and neck bone juice all up on the can. Residue, okay? No ma'am. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Well, look, y'all, it's been real. I'm getting ready to head on out. Y'all be blessed. I ain't hating on nobody. This is a show. Let these girls continue to pile up. It is what it is. But baby, everybody trying to distance themselves from Yusef now. Or Yusef was their friend, and ooh, and Uppity is a friend, was a friend. Child Uppity is trying to distance herself like they trying to distance themselves from that Epstein man. Y'all is a mess. Y'all is a mess. All right. Y'all have a good one.